Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 3 team list discussion. We've got a bit to look at. Hopefully things pan out, although as we know, there's one big one in particular that I think will be named, and it's going to be a big decision if we roll the dice or trade, and that's obviously Tommy Trbojevic. But let's go through, see if there's any other big inclusions or droppings or whatever. So starting at Thursday night footy, Storm v Penrith. Interesting game this. Penrith were absolutely god-awful last week. Dylan Edwards is gone for a few weeks with that groin injury, I think it was. So, Storm on paper should be big. They should be winning this game. It's what I thought in round 1 against the Sharkies, but the Sharks did not really do that well. Penrith obviously turned up for that game regardless, but yeah, I think the Storm should win this game, but let's have a look. Will Warbrick is out, so that brings Grant Anderson in. Not much else. Obviously, the Storm coming off the bye as well. Some big players to look for. Not this week for me personally. Again, you don't have to jump on any Storm players this week, unless you want to, obviously. I don't think, obviously on paper before, you'd be like, Penrith matchup, you can wait a week. I think Storm could put some points on, for sure. I think they could. Don't get me wrong, Penrith are definitely going to be up for this game, taking on their rivals here. But I think the Storm could still put on some points. So I don't hate picking up any Storm plays this week. Me personally, though, I think there's more pressing trades and inclusions. So I'm definitely going to be waiting a week. But, someone like a Pappenhausen, for the price, even without the goal kicking, he looks very sharp. So it's going to be a good watch this week. Even if he doesn't go massive, if he's involved in everything, if he's just sniffing around the ruck, it's going to be hard not to pull the trigger potentially next week before a big price rise. But other than that, the centre wing is obviously Howarth, and Meaney scored well. I'm not that interested still. I don't know. Howarth is pretty good value. Cameron Munster, obviously a big watch. Well, not even a big watch. He's a great trade in. I don't know what I'm going to do with our 5'8". Obviously Metcalf turned it around last week. Adam Dewey with the 70-odd. I think I don't mind upgrading like a Dewey to Munster potentially. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I still love the Munster play potentially next week, but we'll wait on that. Nothing else really major here. Obviously, the forward pack is expected. Very strong. And then it did say yes, Sofa Solomona is on the extended, so I wouldn't be shocked to see him come in for, probably Varlepu, even though I think Varlepu was a very, very strong forward. I don't know. Alec McDonald, probably, he's more a worker, but he does a good job for the Storm, so I don't know. You probably do drop Varlepu just for the straight swap, but he's been very good. I like him a lot, but yeah, a Sofa Solomona would add another dimension to the Storm team. Penrith, obviously, Dane Laurie goes to fullback. He is an interesting potential pickup, but I don't think it's long enough. Edwards, potentially he'll only miss like a few weeks. I'm interested, is Laurie dual 5'8" and fullback again this year? If someone like a Metcalf struggled again last week, I could see the appeal of taking a punt on a Laurie at 5'8" if he's dual. But yeah, probably not enough time. But I do love Laurie at fullback. He's an absolute gem. He did some great things for me at the end of last year. He scored some big points. He obviously it was sort of a roller coaster, but he was a very good trade-in for me when I picked him up. Casey McLean holds a spot still. There were talks about him getting potentially dropped. Isaac Tunga, Elamotti, To'o. Cole, again, there were talks of him potentially getting dropped for like a Schneider, but not to be at the moment. Cleary, forward pack as expected. And then so Brad Schneider comes onto the bench with Papali'i, Henry, and Garner. Who dropped out? Oh, Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth drops out. So, honestly, that's probably it's probably good for like a Lindsay Smith at prop having a 14. Well, no, I guess Laurie was the 14 before, so that it's still same old. I guess sort of Liam Henry replaces Eisenhuth and Papali'i comes back. So yeah, not much else doing there. Yeah, not much else. The Penrith are what they are. Obviously, I'm happy with Cleary still. Could be a couple of tough weeks, I guess, but I still expect him to score well. The Warriors taking on the Roosters. Very interesting game, this one. Obviously, the Warriors shit in round 1. They turned it around in round 2. Looked very good. Roosters, same. They were god-awful in round 1, and then they beat Penrith as massive, massive underdogs. Now they... looks like they have a bunch of players back in, so I honestly don't know what to think about this one. The Warriors, I think they were pretty much as expected. No big ones. Forward pack, Barnett, Fisher Harris up front. Aaron Clark starts. He did end up starting last week. I don't know what he scored. I was sort of interested, but I don't know. I think he'll do what he's a bit of value, but I don't think he's anything to prioritize the trade in. Nia Cora, I was actually a little interested in, but yeah, still I wouldn't be too bothered. Walker forward, Varmaga and Halasima. Still, I don't understand the minute rotation with these two young bucks, but it is what it is. Jacob Laban. So Laban is now the 18th man. He wasn't in the squad at all the first 2 rounds, so I don't know. It seemed like he was the front runner and then just sort of dropped off. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Tamari Martin, the 20. I still would love Tamari Martin to partner Luke Metcalf in the halves, but it is what it is. We'll talk more about the Tuapiki and the Warriors attack in the preview. The Roosters, so Tedesco, Tupou, Mark, Toya, Young, Sandon Smith-Townsend, Spencer Leniu and Naf White start at prop with Connor Watson at dummy half still. Angus Crichton. Sia Wong does still get the starting back row spot with Victor Alley coming in back at lock. Interesting. Docker Clay still the 14, Fiketti, Blake Steep, and Lindsay Collins on the bench. So he's still going with the young bucks in Fiketti and Steep. Which I like. I actually like the look of them quite a bit. Lindsay Collins dropped. I wouldn't be shocked to see Lindsay Collins start. I mean, personally, I still think Spencer Leniu on the bench is better. I could see him fucking dropping White to the bench. I don't know. Trent Robinson does some stupid things, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't be shocked to see Lindsay Collins get the starting spot back. Sia Wong, I mean, I feel like Sia Wong's probably going to be a guy that sort of slips through this year. He's been on the cusp, right? Last year he kept sort of getting there, but then this year it looks like he's probably going to wrap up that back row spot now. You would think he scored very well last year, last week. A bunch of tackle busts. He had some attack in him. Very, very, dangerous ball runner. So he's got the pedigree, and he's 330k. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this week, though. That's the biggest problem with Sia Wong. But we'll have a look. I don't know who I'm prioritizing yet with the trade. So Sia Wong, I don't hate the idea. Honestly, at this point, I think I would rather Sia Wong than Naf White. Naf White was really good last week, but again, only like 50, 54, 56 points, I think it was. Sia Wong, I don't know what he updated to, but I'm assuming like 60, maybe 60 plus, and he's obviously going to have that attacking upside to his game. And I think with the bench, I can see him playing 80 minutes on the edge, so I don't know. I sort of like the idea of trying to get Sia Wong in now. I think it could be the time to get on Sia Wong, but we'll see. We'll see if we can prioritize it. Billy Smith is obviously the interesting one. I think he was very good last week in reserve grades, so I don't know what they would do. Mark and Toya have been honestly two of the Roosters' best. In round 1, when they got pumped, they were great. In round 2, they were also very good. I don't know who gets dropped. honestly, I think Smith just has to bide his time, because Dom Young was probably potentially on the chopping block, but he was pretty good last week. He's obviously got that attacking upside in him as well, so it'd be a little rough to drop him. Daniel Tupou, it'd be rough to drop a veteran Tupou, but maybe Mark on the wing and Smith comes in, but I don't know, maybe just Smith just bides his time and he becomes a good downgrade in a few weeks. So I don't know what's going to happen there with Billy Smith now. Especially if the Roosters keep winning with this backline, then he could find himself not getting a gig. But let's move on to Broncos Cowboys. Big Queensland derby, Friday night footy, Suncorp Stadium. Doesn't get much better than this. The Broncos, obviously there were talks of quite a few changes. Looks like the backline is the same. Hunt, Reynolds, Carrigan, Pakes, Haas, Gazzeski still starting with Ricky and Hetherington. Billy Walters, Jensen, Willison, and Piakora still on the bench. There were reports that Piakora was starting or training in the first, the run-on side, and Gazzeski looked like he was going to get relegated. So again, I wouldn't be shocked if there was a late switch before game day. But even still, at this point, don't get me wrong, still Gazzeski for the price. It is what it is. He's a cheapie that's playing second row, but I really have no interest. I think I would just rather spend the extra cash, 100k more, and get Sia Wong. There's going to be more chances to make money, and I just don't think Gazzeski's going to make that much money. Sure, he could score a double this week for all we know, and he'll make good cash, but I'm not going to prioritise getting Gazzeski in, even if it isn't a late scratching and Piakora comes in. I'm not going to bother. I think it's still a trap. If you started with him, that's fine. You're not wasting a trade to get him in. But if you didn't start with him, I personally would not be prioritising getting Gazzeski in. Katoni Staggs, good inclusion on the extended. It seems like he's back pretty early. That's obviously a little dangerous for our cheapie Shibazaki. I don't know, dude. Maguire apparently loves Shibazaki and Gazzeski. Fuck me dead. Obviously for Supercoach purposes, if Staggs does come in late, we would like Mariner to be dropped for Shibazaki's price rise, but boy, oh boy. Mariner was Mariner was fucking great. There's no shot he drops Mariner over Shibazaki. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because, you could argue Mariner's defense wasn't that good in round 2. Sure. Shibazaki's was also fucking awful. And round 1, he got just absolutely destroyed by Toya in the first few minutes. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. As a Broncos fan, if Staggs comes in, I hope it's for Shibazaki. As a Supercoach fan, I guess I hope it's for Mariner, but we'll see. But surely if Staggs isn't 100%, don't risk him. Just bite him, let him get back to 100% before they bring him back in. Because I am excited for Staggs to get back in, but you want him fully fit. And then the Cows, what have we got here? So Drinkwater Derby comes in for Braden Burns. Obviously a cheapie watch. Obviously don't get him because Burns, I think he's gone for maybe a month. So if Derby kills it, there's every chance he could keep the spot, but there's no point to go on him early. Jackson Purdue still has a spot, which is good. That's interesting. Not interesting. I think it's fine. I think Purdue, he can become a very good centre. I know there's been some issues, but I like him. I still like him a lot. So I'm happy Purdue's still there. Valia, Talangi, Tommy Dearden. Jake Clifford does come in for Duffy, which I was expecting. I think everyone was expecting it. I think Clifford's a very good player. I think he's a pretty underrated footy player, so I'm not surprised. It's probably a little harsh to not give the youngster a bit more of a go. It's not like he has been the main problem, the Cowboys as a whole. Fuck me dead. Talangi dropping balls every 2 fucking sets. The whole Cowboys just shocking. So But I don't know. This sort of looks like Clifford was probably the first choice, but coming back from injury, they gave Duffy a bit of a chance. If he killed it, the Cowboys won, they probably would keep him. But Clifford has regained the spot, which, I mean, again, I like Clifford a lot, so I'm not surprised, and I do think at the moment this experience is probably good. Obviously, a great kicking game on Clifford as well. What else we got? McLean, Robson, Tamalolo does come back in, so that's obviously big inclusion as well. Their forward pack has just been monstered the last couple of weeks. They definitely need it against the Broncos front rowers. Johnny Bateman, O'Donnell keeps the spot. And then Ruben Cotter. I thought O'Donnell was pretty good. He did the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He did look absolutely gassed, which is fair. I mean, he hasn't played in the NRL for years. Hot game to be playing in, like full on. But I thought he did a damn good job. Honestly, I thought he was pretty solid. And then the bench, so yeah, Nanai does come back on the bench, which I think is fair. McIntyre, Neem, and Cohen Hess. So they've gone a big forward bench, that's for sure. Yeah, not much else to really talk about there. We'll see. I mean, the Cowboys, let's be real, they'll turn up. It's against the Bronx. Should be a good game regardless. Sharks versus the Rabbitohs. So this is going to be probably Rabbitohs' big test here. They've had they've obviously lost a bunch of players, but they've had a couple of, let's say, easy-ish games to start the season. This is going to be a test for them. Still missing quite a few players, taking on a pretty damn strong Sharks outfit. The Sharks should be pretty much stock standard. Backline is expected. I did see that Hines apparently copped a bit of a knock to his leg again last game, so there's a little concern, but we'll see. Maybe he loses the goal kicking again this week. I don't know. We'll see. It is another good matchup for Nico Hines, though. I gotta say, he is very nerve-wracking not to own, but he hasn't really hurt us yet. But he definitely could. He could easily get a few try assists and try of his own. So I think it's only a matter of time before he goes very large. Fennell Blake Brayley, Britton Nikra, Kafusi, Wilton McInnes, Atkinson, Talakai, Huali, and Tapuha. So still, who dropped out? Who was it that was injured? Oh, big Tom Hazelton's still not back. So yeah. And then the Rabbits. So they lost a couple more players. Who's back? Oh, Jack Whiten obviously back from suspension, which is big. Bentley Hape, I thought he was pretty solid, but he obviously drops out. Zatas and Myers on the wing with Graham Whiten. Gray still a fullback. Walker, Humphrey still the 7. Sean Cappy, Mamazulis, Moale, Kalamatangi, Jai Arrow, Duncan. I could have sworn Duncan and Arrow were like gone. I thought they were both injured. I thought Duncan especially. I thought he actually like had an injury and was going to be missing a little bit of footy. Arrow, he was injured or a head knock. I don't fucking either. He's always down. I don't know. I thought both these guys potentially could be out, but apparently not. So that's good. Sullivan the 14, Havili, Liam LeBlanc, and Totola. Lewis Dodd's still on the extended. So I mean, there's no. I don't see him getting back in as long as they're winning, but this could be a little bit of a kick up the backside for the Rabbitohs. I don't know. We'll see. And Ravalawa, obviously the mid-season recruit going there this year, which I think is pretty interesting. I mean, he's probably going to be too expensive. Like, he's going to be very expensive. Every time he's, like, played, he does score tries, so probably not Supercoach relevant, but it does add pretty good depth to their wing stocks. He's a solid winger, Ravalawa. I think he's a pretty damn good winger when he's on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Obviously, again, a bit of a watch on Lewis Dodd. I still don't know what's going to end up happening there. Then we have the Dolphins versus the Tigers. So Dolphins backline, Azarko, Averillo, Harnworth, Tupou. I thought Tupou was injured as well, but apparently he has been named. Nikarima, Katoa, Saifidi, Marshall King, Kafusi, Oren Keeley, still starting in the back row, Plath and Gilbert, Donahue, Kerr, Nichols, Stone. I thought... Yeah, that's weird. So Finifuliaki... This is very strange. So Bostock is back. I mean, if Bostock is fit, you would expect him to come in for Tupou, because Bostock was sensational last year. And then Finifuliaki, like, it was a head knock. So, I mean, if he's right to go, like, I think he was also... I thought he was very good in round one, so I'd be surprised if he's not a late inclusion. So I think this Dolphins team could change quite a bit before kickoff, but I guess we'll see. Then the Tigers, so Dream Buller... I thought he was injured as well. There was talks that he was in like a moon boot / like, I don't know. It looked like he copped another injury, but he's been named, so that's good. Hopefully he's good to go. Samia Taruva, Adam Dewey, Toa, Skelton. Obviously Toa is a bit of an interesting potential cheapie, or cheapish. I think he's like 300k, give or take, 270 maybe. So it could be a decent little downgrade. I don't know. Obviously, don't have to pick him up yet. He's a watch for next week, I guess. Lockie Galvin, Luai, Terrell May, the monster, Coruscant, Pole, Finu, Safar Twal, and De Silva, Hunt, Bird, and Finu. So yeah, pretty stock standard. I think the only one that could change, Heath Mason could definitely come in for Dream Buller if he is not 100%, but we'll, I guess, wait and see on that one. Not really Supercoach relevant. The Titans versus the Knights. Let's see. So Khan Pereira gone with injury, unfortunately. Jolliffe also out. So Kiana Kinney, Tony Francis comes in. Kelly, Sami, Fafita, Brimson Campbell. Fodawaker, Verrills, Gillard. Cleeshart still starting in the back row with Fermor and Big Tino. Chris Randall, Fafita, Fasor Moale, and Brock Gray gets another go. Yeah, not much. I guess. I mean, Fafita is gonna he's gonna be very tempting in a few weeks when he gets the starting spot back. Hopefully he just doesn't bang out a couple of tries off the bench. You're going to see it happening, though. He'll come on for like 30 minutes, get a couple of tries, and not really lose any cash. But very interesting to watch for big day for Feeder in a few weeks. The Knights, so Pierce Paul obviously gone suspended for, I think, 2 games. And Leo Thompson also out. So Ponga, Schiller, Gagai, Bess, Maju, Sharp. I mean, I don't think I can't get Sharp just with the Knights bye, but geez, he's looking good. He's looking very good. I mean, again, though, they've had a pretty good draw, so we'll see what happens when they come up against better defensive sides. Cogger, Safidi, Crossland, Jones starting at prop. Lucas Frizzell, Adam Elliott. So yeah, Frizzell goes to back row, Elliott starts. Brayley, Hetherington, Thomas Carnes, and Matt Croker. So yeah, pretty obvious replacements there. So yeah, I mean, main ones. I mean, at this point, I was keen on Crossland, but Mamazula's played 80 minutes, scored well. I mean, and then you've got Tommy Starling, who I think is the better option as well at this point. If you wanted to get another dummy half, Luke is killing it. And then, yeah, the Knights on the bye next week, so obviously make sure you've got the cover, I guess. But yeah, we'll touch that or cross that bridge when it comes. And moving on, Eels versus Doggies. This should be honestly an interesting game. The Dogs are going to be a little undermanned. Ronald Volkman out. Isaiongi, Russell, Penasini, Lomax, Sam Arani, Brown, and Hawkins. Okay, yeah. I wonder if they had to do this, because I know Hawkins was originally like their backup 7, but he was injured to start the year, so that's why they had to get compensation from the NRL to like allow Volkman to play outside their 30-man squad, or they got him a 30-man squad, whatever the case may be. So the fact Hawkins is fit, I wonder if they had to play Hawkins, or he was just their the guy they wanted to go with. I think either or. I mean, Volkman, he was very good in the trials, but I think, again, he's one of those guys that he can look so good, but then when it comes to NRL, he just can't quite get to that level. And it's not on him. Not all on him. The Eels have been absolutely fucking dreadful. So it is what it is. Hawkins, very safe, reliable halfback, obviously coming from the Rabbits. Was he at the Dragons as well? But I don't know. It might be good for Brown. Hawkins is very just controlling sort of 7. Brown can play off the back of it. We'll see. Offengowie, Hands, Polo, Sean Lane, Williams and Hopgood, and the bench of Smith, Dury, Kartonga and Tuivaiti. So still no Ryan Matt. Okay. Also, Josh Adokar is back, but he hasn't been named. Surely Adokar comes in. What is with all these coaches naming injured players and players outside the squad that you would think would come back? I don't know. I think there's gonna be a lot of changes, 24-hour cuts. So Adokar would expect to come back in. I mean, Ryan Madison. Obviously Riles is trying to phase out Madison, but surely just to give yourself a better chance to win some games of footy, you just fucking play Madison. He's I'm sorry, he's a better option than fucking Matt Doorey. I don't know. I don't really understand, but he's obviously on the outer. Riles is trying to, start afresh, which is fair, but give yourself a better chance of winning some games, I would think. But oh well, he's the coach now. Connor Tracy, Wilson, Jerry, Crichton, Montoya. Bailey Hayward comes in for the injured Burn, which I like Hayward a lot. I think he's a very solid player. Sexton, King, Marnie, Curran, Tupanua comes in for Kickout. So, Tupanua has already proved his worth. Being a good signing, he's done good work in the middle, and obviously he's been a back rower his career, so slots in nicely there with Preston and Semin at lock. Kurt Mann, Harry Hayes, Saluka Fafita, and Curtis Morin joins the bench. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, surely the Eels are going to have a bounce back. It'll be... I don't know. I don't know what to think about this game. I don't know what to think. I'm honestly... This is probably a game I might tip the Eels underdog win. The Dogs missing some big name players. The Eels, you have to have a bounce back eventually. But yeah, I don't know. The Dogs offensively have been very good still. The forward pack is still strong. It's sort of an underrated forward pack for sure. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Not much Supercoach relevancy. Obviously, I'm still happy to play Iongi this week. I still think he can do good. It's just, yeah, an absolute shocker last week, which is fine. And then the Seagulls versus the Raiders. So a couple of big ones here potentially. And I already see Tamale has been named. So obviously Tom has been named. Oh my god, dude! This week and the preceding weeks are going to be such a if you held Tom or if you traded him, it could go either way. And I don't know. I'm interested to talk about it in the preview to see what we want to do. Jason Saab, Kohler, Garrick, and Lehigh Hopewade on the wing. Brooks, Cherry Evans also been named. I feel like Cherry Evans probably more likely to play with the back spasms. I mean, I guess it could be if it flares up on game day, then it'll probably be ruled out. But it's probably a less severe type injury to hurt again necessarily. Tom, though, if there's any sniff of a tweak, then he's gone. Paseka, Tavanga, Takiaho comes back in. Olakau'atu, Trebojevic, and the bench is Simpkin, Waddell, Bullimore, and Josh Alloway. With obviously the backup here, Tommy, Talau, and Falolo. It'll be interesting to see. Obviously, they went with Falelo last week. With who was out? Oh, Kohler. Yeah, Kohler was out last week. So it's and I like him quite a bit, but they might go with the more experience of Tommy Talau, because I think Falalo had a bit of a struggle last week. If Tom does get ruled out, I would expect Hopewade to go to fullback and Tommy Talau to replace him on the wing, or it could be Clayton again. We'll see. The Raiders. So Weeks, Tamale does keep the spot, which I mean, it's fair. Like, I think he did outplay Hopewade. If it was a shootout, if it was 50-50, Tamale did win that battle. Tim McCall, Sebastian Krish, Savage comes back in, Strange, Fogarty, Papali, Starling and Horsburgh, Hudson Young, Matty Nicholson comes in, and Smithies for the injured Hosking. A bit of a dagger right there, but again, it does give me it gives me an obvious trade out for some big name players, because I was still a little undecided who I wanted to trade. So now it's like, okay, he's the guy. But it is still unfortunate, because I think Hosking could have been very good, but he just can't stay fit, dude. I should have known. Owen Paddy, Sasangi, Trey Mooney, and Mariota on the bench. So yeah, the big talking point now, Tamale. And I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, the fact is, obviously on paper, like, trading, obviously, Jackson Purdue, it's not really about making, like, you make like 20, 30k going down to Tamale, but it's more the fact Tamale's going to make a bunch of cash quickly. Is it worth, though, doing that? Because Purdue could come out and score a couple of tries and get the money rolling. The biggest concern, I guess, is if the Cowboys continue to struggle, if that side of the field continues to leak points, and you're like, okay, I'll hold Purdue, I won't get on Tamale, or even Arthurs for that point. Both those guys, very good pickups this week. And you're like, you forego them, they make a bunch of cash quickly, and then all of a sudden Purdue gets dropped, and he hasn't made any cash. Then you're like, oh, fuck, I've already missed the boat on those two. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. But again, it's about the money. If there's better trades to make to get points, then go for that. But I don't know. We'll have a look at the team and see what we can do with the boost. But yeah, Tamale, Jesse Arthurs, obviously the two big ones there at centre wing. I don't know, Tamale or Arthurs. I don't know who I prefer. I honestly don't. Obviously, Tamale a lot cheaper. Arthurs is in a better attacking team, let's be honest. Tamale has better base. I don't know. I think job security is still it could be a little iffy still. I mean, you never know. I mean, Tamale could have a couple of... He was a little bit susceptible under the high ball, it looked like last week. So if he gets found out a couple of times, he could always get dropped. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, that wraps up the team list. I mean, as far as good or bad, I mean, for our team, it was probably all bad. The fact Tamale got named, Hosking out. I mean, there wasn't really much else to really change our tune too much. But yeah, I'm excited to have a look at the team and what we can do this week. There's quite a few big name players I would love to try and get in. Couple of cheapies on the agenda, but yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.